Storytime with the legendary Jerry. I am Jerry Clark. As always, I'm here with my brother New Face. New Face is there. He's here. He's everywhere.
New Face is in a new place, though, right?
Yeah, we're in a new place.
Okay.
We're in a new place. And I just told our guests, as you all see, ain't here. I'm about to do a quick intro on this guy. And let me tell you, New Face, the reason that I really was so excited and I really wanted to get this brother on is because he deserves so many flowers for the things that he's been doing at such a young fucking age, man.
Talk to him.
Hey, man, this man has paved the way. And a lot of times I don't feel, I'm gonna look in the camera, I don't feel like he gets the respect due that he should get. So that's why we got him on the show today. Storytime with legendary Jerry Clark, New Face. We got our brother, Mr. Bow Wow.
No. Put respect on his name, literally, man.
If I'm at prime, it's shy. You know what I'm saying? We bow today, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how you feeling, bro? First of all, thank you for coming on the show.
No, thanks for having me. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
it. Come on now.
And like I said in the opening, man, you know, a lot of times and I've been in the industry for 30 years, and I watched a lot of cats come and go. But for you to still have longevity and still be relevant, bro. I'm talking about, and we're going to get into all this. You're a restaurant owner. You've been acting. Of course, the music. I mean, nigga, God, dog, what do you attribute? I mean, I'll say it again. Cats come and go in this game, bro.
Yeah.
And you still fucking here, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I just credit it to all the cats I seen get it and then lose it. You know, I just never wanted to be like them. So, you know, you can learn from cats' mistakes and, you know, their failures as well. So I look at people and I just put myself in their shoes and I'm like, nah, I can't be that person. You know what I'm saying? Or I look on TV and I'm like, damn, I want what he got or I want what they got. Like, I got to go get that. You know what I mean? So I think if you just determine and you know what you want out of life, you ain't going to let nothing jeopardize it. Especially me, I love what I do. So it's, you know, anytime you love something, you know, love, that's precious to you, you know what I mean? So you definitely ain't gonna jeopardize something that you love. And I just, like I said, man, it's like a sport. It's fun. Like I never get tired of doing this. It's like I'm always, what can I do next? When I feel like a door's closing here and it's like, all right, I gotta hurry up. I love the hustle. I love the art of hustling.
And that's the one thing I noticed from him doing the shows from the smallest to the biggest arena to in the club, like what you said, you love what you do. And that comes across as a fan. We can tell when somebody just getting that check and working. But I know probably he don't get paid to be there longer than he do, but he still be like a little bit after talking with the people, having fun and everything, man.
Absolutely.
And like Jerry said, for so long, man. Did you have early inspirations, though, to look up as a kid starting out?
I mean, yeah, you know, Snoop was pretty much the first person who, of course, because he discovered me. So it was definitely Dog and, you know, everybody on death row. I was like so West Coast influenced when I was younger because that's all I was around, you know, at 6 years old, 7. You know, kids, you like a sponge. You're going to soak up anything that come your way. But yeah, I would say Snoop was my first hero. And then, of course, once I linked up with JD became kind of like that father figure, that father that I never had in my life. Yeah. And then, you know, those two pretty much was my heroes. But my ultimate hero, though, honestly, on some real shit was AI. Like Allen Iverson.
Chuck.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably say Bubba was probably like... my biggest inspiration once I was famous. Because I just saw, he was the only person at the time that when I looked in the mirror, I saw myself. Like he had the braids.
Sure did.
I would tell my hair braider, you gotta braid me like this. I'm watching games to see how he braided. And I'm watching my fans get their hair braided like me, like mine, but they don't know I'm stealing from AI. You know what I mean? So he was.
And that nigga was so fucking fearless,
my tattoos, like everything. Like, like that's the, he don't. And I just seen Chuck not too long ago. I did something for the 76ers like 2 months ago.
When they did the unveiling of the trophy, it was around that time or after?
No, it was before that. It was top of the year, but probably like two and a half months ago. Maybe it was like two and a half months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, AI was probably my biggest inspiration, starting from like age, I'll say like 12.
Wow.
12 is 12 on up until he retired. That was my guy.
You just mentioned something, and I want to touch on. You just mentioned as far as JD being a father figure. Now, in the history of mankind, there has always been, whether you mention Malcolm X,
right,
and Elijah Muhammad,
got a Malcolm X quote tattoo,
or even Lil Wayne and Baby. But there has always been some type of falling out with a male and their father figure, and they grow from it.
Right.
What would you say the reason? I know for a minute, I'm glad to see y'all back, bro.
Yeah.
But what would you say was the main reason for that riff for a minute with your father figure, as you said, with JD?
Yeah. Typical father-son shit, pretty much. You know, the father is the king of the throne. You know, he lays down the lessons and all the teachings and whatnot, and then you use those teachings, and you go out here in the real world. You start discovering things, and you gather your own information, and come back home when you feel like you know a little bit more than the teacher.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
We seen it in Star Wars. You know, when Obi got challenged. You know what I'm saying, by Anakin. You know, and it's like the same thing. It's kind of like, man, I want to do it myself. I want to break through. Like, let me. And it's, you know, I always felt that younger. He always kept me on this leash. And you know, when you keep a dog, especially a wild one that's just caged up, you're gonna unleash all.
Great analogy.
You're gonna unleash it all, right? So it was. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't a I hate you thing. It was more of, it's really family shit. Like it's like, yo, at the first time we fell out, it was more like, yo, let me get more involved. I want to get active.
Creatively.
And then it's like, nah, I don't know if you're ready yet. And it's like, nigga, is you tripping? Like, nigga, I'm ready to go. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just built up aggression. And plus, me and JD, we just alike.
I was just
You know
about to
what I
say,
mean?
y'all are very similar.
You know what I mean? So we similar in ways. So, you know, he wants to be the best. I want to be the best.
That nigga's work ethic is, I've been around a lot of folks in this game, and I ain't seen too many people with a work ethic like JD, man.
Yeah, and you know what it is, too? The one thing you want from your father is what? Recognition and some praise.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You did it, son.
Jermaine's a tough cookie. You know what I mean? He's not, he expresses it in other ways. He doesn't know how to, and he knows this when he sees this. He knows I'm not lying. He's not the best communicator. Like, he don't know how to tell you good job or the shit you want to hear from your
But he has his way of,
he has
maybe
his way.
possibly.
So it's like, nigga, I want to hear that. That's going to make me even go harder. You know what I mean? So that was pretty much like
As a father with a son, I can say, and me and my son talked about this. He's a young adult now. He's 22.
Okay.
It took me some time to, you know, I was so on him. And then I had to, you know, new face, I had to pull it back and be like, okay, you know what, son? That's dope. You know what, son? Great job. You know what, son? I'm proud of you.
Hell yeah.
So as men, you know, there's not, like I tell people all the time, as men and as parent, whether it's a literal parent or just a figure,
right?
There's not a cookie. There's not a cookie cutter way to do this. There's not. We can't go on YouTube and say, how should I? But for you to sit here and admit that and say, you know, and it talks in what you're saying, it speaks of growth.
Absolutely.
Which is good. And to see, like you say, y'all, I didn't know y'all fell out multiple times, but that's family shit.
Yeah.
But that's family.
That's what happens in families.
Me and JD have fallen out so many times that
probably the public didn't even know.
The media don't even report it no more. It's like, all right, this happens every summer. It's almost similar to what we seeing with Floyd and Tank in a way.
Yeah.
It's almost identical. It's like mirror image.
That's
you know?
That's a perfect analogy. Perfect analogy.
It's me. It's the same. The big homie, he grooms you, puts you in the game. He's teaching you everything. He's showing you the ins, the outs. You learn, inherit all the information, dissect it. Now you that guy.
Yup.
You know
and with family, sometimes what happens with squabbles too is somebody picks a side, right?
Yeah.
So in the case, I think
there was sides picking.
Yeah, so the brat, I don't know that situation, but I don't want to say what she did, but it seemed like she picked a side. Did y'all speak afterwards too?
No. To this day, me and Brat haven't spoke. But I respect the shit out of Brat. I mean, Brat, I would say she's always been loyal, you know, to Jermaine. That'll never stop. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, by her being there and her being there for all of the riffraffs that me and Jermaine has had, it's kind of like she's pretty much over it.
Stable.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, this nigga's grown, I'm grown. If, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. If JD cool, he cool, I'm cool, and that's that. But yeah, even when we did the BET Hip Hop Awards, we did the Social Deaf, I believe it was the 25.
25, yeah.
25.
You would have never known, but we didn't even speak during rehearsal. You know what I mean? We ain't.
Y'all got to get that right, Bob. Come on. Man.
For me,
I know it takes. It's a joint thing.
For me, it's like I'm in another place in my life.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm cool with not having a lot of people in my
shit.
Rolodex.
Trust
like,
me,
I like my life clear.
I can relate, boy.
It ain't. I'm gonna always have love for Brat. Like that's family. You know what I mean? But you know, my loyalty and my love is to JD. You know what I mean? Me and my pops cool. I don't really.
That's
and Tina, his mom, was I consider that's like my G moms.
Yeah.
I I don't need to talk to nobody else. I'm straight.
Was there ever, whether during a riff or not during a riff, where when you were younger, did you ever say, maybe I should have signed to Death Row instead of So Death?
Nah, I'm thankful.
Hindsight is a motherfucker, ain't it? Boy.
Ooh, that would have been a different...
So you never at one point said, man, shit, I should have signed to Death Row instead of fucking with this shit.
Nah, because I fucked with Death Row first. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But nah, I just think that, you know, once Dre left and, you know, everything started to fizzle out, the person who discovered me, I mean, I needed him. You know what I mean? So once he left, the label went to No Limit. It was kind of like, it's time to regroup and go to plan B. What we gonna do? Because I don't think, you know, my guy's gone and we don't know if we got the right tools to put a kid out on Death Row. It's like, this ain't gonna work. Plus the shit they had me doing and like the records I was making, you know, they on YouTube right now. Like you can hear me at the age of 6. Like the shit I was talking about, cursing and you heard those records before? Yeah.
It reminded me of like Illegal. Like remember the
back with Jamal and Malik.
Yeah. And at 6, my cadence, how I'm pronouncing my words, and it was so Snoop Dogg. It's like to this day, I mean, me and my boys, like I joke about it. I'm like, yo, I wonder. You always have those I wonder how life would have been moments. It's like, damn, I wonder how life would have been if I would have never met JD. I would have stayed on that route, was making those records that I was making, and would have been on that. No telling.
Trust me, it would have been
I would have been Cali the fuck out.
I liken them records that you talk about, like to when Usher was with Diddy at first. Like he was making songs for adults, and it's like, and that's what the difference with JD. He was talking about we had conversation. I'm hearing how Usher talks, so then we blend that together and Usher to make records that it's really him, and that's how you came into your own. Because like you said, that wasn't probably your life. You know, you was there.
For sure was
you
there.
was there.
But you know, ain't nobody about to buy no album or no record from a 6-year-old kid who's talking about
not at all.
After school, put your strap in. I'm about to
Gin and juice.
I'm about to roll up on you.
I'm shouting out games.
Don't even know what you shouting out sets and everything.
Not like us.
Hey, look,
not
man,
like us.
Corrupt wrote like all my shit.
Oh wow.
And Snoop wrote one. It's a song called Dave. It's 2 versions. It's a version where Snoop rapping and there's a version where I'm rapping. And they both on YouTube.
Bow, I think we can look at the camera and thank God that you.
Man.
Hey man, and this is no disrespect.
Corrupt had me saying shit I didn't even know what I was saying. Like now that I'm older and I know what the fuck going on out here,
man.
I'm like,
what was I saying?
I was throwing up that. I didn't know. Like I didn't know. So I do joke about it like to myself, like, damn, I wonder how life, you know, panned out. But I'm glad, you know, I'm thankful for how everything panned out.
Now, people ask me all the time, because of course, you know, I said I've been in the industry for years and I have 3 kids that are now young adults.
Right.
And I literally tried to steer them away from the music business. Now, with your seeds, you came in the game at a young age,
right?
Like you just talking about 6 years old,
right?
And then we've heard stories, you know, the Hollywood stories that's been coming out now.
Yeah.
Are you pushing or going to push your future seeds away from this business, man?
You know, I'm not the type to, because I feel like that's some controlling type of shit. Like I don't want to like, you know, if my daughter, first of all, Shy don't. You know, she's in and out. You know what I mean? Yeah. She likes going to school. She like being with her friends. She likes being a teenager. You know what I mean? She just turned 13, so she...
Oh, wow. Damn, Val, you got a teenager, nigga? God, dog. Wow. Damn. I remember seeing you on the screen, too. Now you got a teenager. Wow. God, dog.
Yeah, she's 13, so... she's just at that point now, like we was just talking about it. We was in Palm Springs for her birthday, and you know, we was just in the car talking. I was like, yo, I think it's time for you to start knowing what you want to do. You know, in 4 years gonna come so fast. You're gonna be 17, ready for college. Like, what?
Man, that shit about to fly by.
Because you ain't gonna keep Apple Pay and requesting that. I'm tired of seeing that. That shit is crazy.
Hey, boy.
So,
do she even ask you how you doing first? That's what me and Jerry talk about.
We talk about that all the time. Can I get a good morning or something?
Nah, it's Dad. I'm going to the Grove with my friends.
Cash App, request Zelle. I'm like, God, dog.
It's crazy. So the only thing I tell her is, look, Dad got it cracking early. I jumped off the porch with it. You know what I mean? And I never had to ask nobody for anything. Not money, not nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's time. Like, I don't want you to be one of these kids out here just because I got it and your mama got it and you think you just gonna be one of those. I ain't going for that. You know what I mean? So, but I'm also not steering her or pushing her into the entertainment business. You know what I mean? She had her taste of it. She did some stuff for Nickelodeon. She did a movie, and she came back to me like, you know, Dad, it's a lot. Like trying to learn these lines in time, and I got tests. I still got homework, and I just say, you know what? Look, I ain't the type that's going to say because I did this, I want you to keep the legacy going. Check it out. You got your path that you got to lay down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to support you regardless. So take your time. Fuck the acting shit. You got time for that. Get in school. Knock that out. So you got a clear vision of what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my son, I just got done. He's playing football.
How old
so
is he now?
He's about to be 4.
Oh, okay.
So,
flag or tag?
Flag.
Okay, good.
Starting off
I was about to say, look, I want to go preach to you as a parent. I was going to be like, come on, Bob. Do the flag.
I went to my son not this weekend, a week ago. Last weekend. Not this weekend, the weekend before that last. And I went and you know, I'm on the field. Because, you know, at that age, you got to be on the field with them.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for that shit. I wasn't prepared. I went fly. You know, this is me. So I'm fucking up my dunks. The grass is off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I had the time of my life. And speaking of, when you was like, I want to, you know, me playing football, it was this one little kid. I mean, he took his flag off. The little boy was still running. I mean, this little motherfucker came up like Brian Urlacher. He had to be every bit of like 5, I think, or 6, maybe 5 going on 6.
And lit him.
Yo, he pushed the little boy so hard. I was like, thank God I want my boy, man. Let me tell you.
Hey, boy, you right. All right, now they're my kid now.
Yeah, you do feel away. Like I always was, when I was younger, when I played, my mom never would come to my football games. And I see why, because you get pissed. Like somebody, one of them little kids, hit your kid, because you get hot. Like I was low-key,
we're
like,
emotionally tied in, I guess. So emotionally tied in. Something happened like that, you're like, all right, hold on now, man.
My son probably gonna do sports though. That's his thing. Like he already telling me like basketball, football. He turned up with the sports. You know, and we always keep the games on in the crib. So when he with me, he always, you know, I'm always telling him, like, yo, that's Steph Curry. Like, you know, what he do? He like, oh, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So you know, you just plant them seeds early. Now I ain't gonna lie, if I'm pushing him to anything, it's his ass to sports. I want him to play. You know, his mama tall. I'm like, this might be.
Here, this nigga breathing.
Hey, come on, man.
That nigga says mama tall.
Mama tall, man. Come on. I would love that.
But let me tell you something from having a D1 athlete, my son, he's the youngest. His mama, my ex-wife, used to get on me at times about going too hard at him, on him.
Right.
But now my son thanks me.
Yeah.
Because let me tell y'all something, and y'all know this. Kids really want discipline, and they want to play. If you look at some of the best athletes ever, from Jordan to Tiger Woods to Venus and Serena, they were pushed.
Oh yeah.
So you have to do that. So don't be ashamed. Of course, you know there's a line.
Yeah,
you know there's a line to it. But my son now, he plays baseball, and you know there were times I've come back now as an older father and apologizing. He goes, Dad, I appreciate you, man.
No, absolutely.
So put what I'm saying, all that, push him to sports, man.
Okay, yeah. Oh, no, that's definitely happening.
You know, because he said,
that's definitely happening.
He said the mama tall.
Listen, man. Yeah, I love it.
Y'all got boys. See, I got girls. And so I tried to do the cheer thing, right? And so my daughter is the top of the pyramid.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
So I did the whole day with her. But the crew kind of dropped her.
I remember them days.
So I'm like, as a parent, I'm like, and then she teary-eyed, so I'm like mad that they dropped my baby, but they kind of like, the team mad because they messed the play up. But I'm like, that's my baby you dropped.
Yeah,
like,
I'm telling you, man.
Like, I can't really.
It's like that. Yeah, that's the one thing that's crazy, man. You know, every father, you got a daughter, I wouldn't probably say every father, but just about has that cheerleading photo of their daughter in the house. I'm never going to get that experience. I think Shai might have cheered. She cheered one time. She did cheer one time.
Tried it.
Yeah, and it was over for that. It was a wrap. She did cheer. I get that to her. She did.
Hey man, but let me tell you what really irks me, Bob. Is that, you know, social media is social media.
Yep.
And like I said at the beginning of this show, man, when we first came on, you look at your cachet and how long you've been doing things, from acting to music. And I see certain stuff on social media, and it's like folks, they jump on this bandwagon where they feel as though they try to take away from what you've done. And I'm gonna say it again, it irks the shit out of me because I'll say it again, we talked about it. I've seen people come and go in this game. When you see this type shit, like from a mental health standpoint and all that, how do you, because people, it's like people just want to jump on a hate train all over. And I'm like, and I'll be wanting to jump in and be like,
but you know why you can't?
Accomplish, man? Hey, you know what this nigga done done?
But you know why you can't? Because everybody get it. Even the biggest get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen it happen currently in hip hop right now. You know?
Boy. Hey,
you know
boy.
I mean? So, it happens.
Everybody will just jump on her.
It happens to everybody.
And New Face, I'll sit back and I'll be like,
yeah.
And I had this conversation with my boy Young Jock as well, because people was like, "Oh, this nigga he ain't had but one record," and I'd be like, "Oh, what has he done?"
Shit, that's all you need. He got the number
like,
one morning show in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I'd be like,
he can always perform. It's going down. That shit almost brought Jock out at the Millennium Tour.
Yeah, hey man, but like I say, it fucks with me to a way because I know what goes into. Like I say, your cachet is so wide. Like I say, the acting, now I see you, I'm in the barbershop, I see your do-rags. Now you got restaurant. Yeah. And I'm like, people had a nerve to get on here and just, we take everything away, just the music and acting. Yeah. I'm like, y'all nigga hating on this. This nigga, I remember seeing this nigga on the Scream tour fucking, what was that?
Come on,
20 years ago.
Sold out every arena.
Yeah, bro, like this man on 106 in Park. So y'all talking some, what they do, the little, like they do something with the dinner or food.
Oh, yeah, if you have dinner
with Jay-Z.
You see that shit? Because look,
I ain't gonna lie.
I said, yeah, I know.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen a lot of cats get pissed about that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get pissed at all. I mean, I think what helped me is we got a group chat. And there's no holds barred in the group chat. You get the business. I think that's a safe place for me and my guys. We go, and you gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Regardless,
I think for so long.
And you gotta have people like that keep you.
Right? For so long, we just been, it trains you for that type of energy. So for me, when you ask that question, it's like when I see little things like that, I'm just chilling, minding my business. Then what helps me is I wake up, I look at my surroundings, and I'm like,
2 beautiful kids. Still make it look.
The fuck am I tripping for?
Still eating good.
Because the same people that do that, if they was you, they would tell you, nigga, you Bow Wow. What the fuck that shit bother you for? Because if I was Bow Wow, nigga, I'd go call up 10 bitches and go get on the yacht and I wouldn't give a fuck about what you people think and shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So
shit about you lame ass, really poor ass nigga.
And one thing I realized, like, a lot of people think social media is real. Like, a lot of that shit is motherfuckers that wouldn't even say half the shit they type in real life. That's why it gives them that courage. The kids that get picked on, now they become the people that pick up. So it's like,
we know plenty of them in the music business.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it ain't the same. It don't add up. You know what I mean? When I'm outside, girls it's still the same. It ain't no different. It's even damn near might be worse now because we grown. You know what I mean? So that shit just don't manifest into the real world. That shit really the Matrix. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you can't get caught up in that shit.
Jerry talks about your portfolio. Like, it's still stuff that's coming out today because of social media. Like, going viral lately is a pilot TV show that you had with Kim Fields. That's
like prime example. like
what's up with that?
My boy who's sitting behind the camera, I can't see him, of course, but he'll tell you, yo, all we do, if we not working, we chilling every day, PS5 in it, chilling,
enjoying life,
off the grid, bro, off the grid, and then like, I can wake up on a random day and I can look and I'm trending on Twitter, #1. I'm like, I don't even ask for the attention. I don't look for the attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to run my businesses and
that's it.
Make my little music.
Be a great dad.
Tour, take care of my kids and keep it pushing. So it just let me know the value of Bow Wow, the brand of Bow Wow, and what the name stand for. And sometimes they just gotta put me in some shit or drag me into something. Or today we're gonna, the shaver might use my face as the cover of a story, new swipes. Like, damn, what the fuck y'all? I'm chilling. Like, I don't even ask for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's flattering. It just lets you know that all the work you put in the game is like, damn, these motherfuckers is pulling for me. I'm not even out here reaching for shit.
And then in a way, like I say, you still relevant. I mean, not in a way, but you are. You're still relevant. And you're still relevant in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to always ask you something. Like, cats that came in the game young, and this is just an acting question.
Okay.
Was there any roles you look back on that you like?
Yep.
Damn.
I already know what you're about to say.
Yeah. Which role was that you look back on from an acting standpoint and said, damn?
Gridiron Gang with The Rock.
Oh.
But I think I couldn't. If I can remember, I couldn't do the film. Because I went and did another film. I don't know which one of my films I ended up doing, but they were overlapping each other, and it was gonna be hard for me to do it. I don't know the young man's name who played the role, the main kid who had the braids, but of course,
Yeah.
you know
That movie blew up though.
I couldn't do it. But no knock, them. He did a hell of a job though. I love that movie. I love The Rock.
Yeah.
That's one. Here's a story because I'm so tired of the back and forth and what's better, ATL or roll bounce? Roll bounce. So I'm gonna give y'all a gem that I never said before.
Only on Storytime with Legendary Jerry, right?
Right here.
New face, Bow Wow.
And Chris Robinson can attest to this because I've worked with Chris Robinson before.
Yeah.
That's the director of ATL.
Yeah, shout out Chris Robinson.
Before Roll Bounce came to me, Chris Robinson met with me and gave me a script to this movie called Jelly Beans. Jelly Beans was the original title, but they changed it to ATL. The character you see T.I. playing was supposed to be me. What happened was, and Chris can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it could have been the studio or the script. They took a break from it. We didn't hear nothing about it. Chris had me. He had me. If I never would have did Roll Bounce, if that movie never existed, they would have came back. They retitled the movie ATL. Chris would have came back for me. But during the time when the script and everything kind of fell apart, and it was, it was just floating. It was quiet for it. Malcolm D. Lee, who was the director of Roll Bounce, got in contact with me, and this movie was rolling in production.
Ready to go.
Looking for a star. He knew he wanted, and boom, went to Chicago, left Atlanta, flew to Chicago. Already had the part, but I read for him, and I knew I had that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I knew I had it. Because I was so pissed because I didn't feel like leaving Atlanta. So I just used all that energy in the audition. In the room. So then I came back and we started production. I was back in Chicago. Movie come out, it's a success, boom. I think maybe like 2 years later or whatever, I see ATL and I'm like,
You're like, damn.
Chris Robert. Oh, this is Jelly Bean. Oh, so, okay. But they're two dope-ass movies.
Yes,
and they both
classics.
different. Classics in their own right. Different periods. With Roll Bounce, you got the sense of soul, more of a heartfelt sense of family, and it played in the 70s. So you got we were kids.
Different time
so
frame.
you got the kids of today watching it, but also we got the old folks that's taking the kids and also they parents. So you got grandmama, mama, and the kids going to see Roll Bounce.
Generations.
But ATL was new, and I loved ATL.
That was supposed to have been an ATL.
Yeah, I was supposed to be an ATL Facts. So
And
that's
so were you
100%
naturally a
fact.
skater? Because Dallas told me T.I. wasn't. So in the movie, he
And shout out
said
to Dallas, 'cause
those were Dallas really skating. That was Dallas skating. And when you see T.I.'s legs...
No, Dallas rolls.
he says-
Shout out to Dallas.
Yeah, all in Dallas, Jamie,
Dallas,
Usher, they
look,
all roll.
Dallas-
You
Da-
roll too?
Absolutely.
No,
My skates
nigga,
is
you
in
can't roll,
my
nigga.
skates in my garage. Trust me, they
Look,
in my
that
garage.
nigga said, man,
My shit in my garage. But yeah, shout out to Dallas too. Even Dallas can attest to this, man. I had a meeting with Chris, and Jelly Beans, man. We had a meeting, and
damn.
yeah, man, it was
You
going.
could have been in there with Nunu.
It would have been. but look how God works. I ended up working with Lauren London. She played my girlfriend in Medea's Big Happy Family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a chance to work with Lauren.
Oh.
Damn, Bow, you got
a chance to work with
Now,
Lauren.
which one was the funnest? Like, out of all these films we talk about, like, really genuine good time,
on
no
set,
stress,
where y'all
on
just
set.
you look forward to coming to set every day.
Pick one. Is only one?
I mean,
Fun times, smiling.
when you waking up like, can't wait to get this set.
The check was cut.
But it wasn't even about the check. Like I have fun with the check. Just be extra.
Yeah.
Like that shit just whatever. But it's two that come to mind. Lottery ticket for sure.
Yeah, I was. Hey,
Filmed right down the street, right? Heard it.
Hey, but look, in my mind, I was thinking because I was like, it looked like y'all was on there joning and clowning and all type of shit.
Lottery ticket. Well, I think because I was home, we filmed it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm staying at my house, driving to work. Like it was just, I was way too comfortable. I get to work with
Sleeping in your own bed, waking up.
Yeah,
go to,
man.
trailer.
And then it was just a fun time. Just all the cast and watching Leslie grow from that. I believe in that her first you know, major film role, and then she blossoms to Ghostbusters and all of these
And
other
that's the
big
right word,
movies.
blossom.
You know what I mean? So definitely that one for many reasons.
And that rooftop scene with you and bro.
Yeah, man, and that wasn't even in the script. We improv'd all that.
Heard,
you know,
man.
we improv'd. That wasn't even in the script. I
Hey,
mean,
man.
it was in the script for us to have that moment, but there was no
Not like that,
dialogue
yeah.
written.